Hi, this is Beth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Michigan, and I got a pretty card to show you, and we're going to put this together, and I'm going to show you first what I used. Number one, this die right here. This one is the April, what do you call that? Easy buy. I mean, it's $5 when you purchase $75. And this die is so cool. Here we go. Huge, isn't it? And it does partial cutting around some of the flowers if you want to pull them up. If you don't have to, though. So what I did is I took this and I ran it through my cut and emboss machine with one paper, a piece of cardstock that was this size, and then I cut it so that I can have a strip of it for this card. So I used that. My sentiment and my flowers came from Delicate Whispers because they have this really nice get well soon sentiment I just had to use. And the way it is, I think it's better of an outside card than an inside card because it's so narrow the way they did it. And the paper. The paper is that gorgeous paper that I hate to say it, you're going to see a lot from me right here. It's the Blossom Boutique, I believe it's called, or Boutique Blossoms paper with all the little flowers. I think they are so delicate, and they make the prettiest little cards. And plus, they have little gold in there, which I think just adds extra to it. So that's what this is. And the other product I used was the Spotlight on Nature because I needed a circle, and I didn't want anything fancy. I just wanted a plain circle to put there. So that's everything I used. And the cardstock. So we're going to make a blue one today. All right. This one is Hydrangea Hue. And I've got the paper that goes with it, my little strip of that pretty paper. And, oh, by the way, I had cut a circle in this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate the card, but now I don't see where I put it, but it looks just like a doily. I kind of laughed when I saw it. I go, oh, this is so cool. But I'm not. Oh, here it is. I used the die that had the edges on it like that, and then I cut it, which I wouldn't recommend because it chews it up a bit. But, oh my gosh, it looks like a doily. I think it's cool. Hold on. Talk too fast, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I'm here without a water. All right, so I've got two pieces of that paper. This one, I made them both, 1/8 less than one, how should I put that? 175, and I took an eighth off just to make it so there's a little more room there. Here, I just did it to 1. So this one is 1 3/4, and this one is a little more than, like one line more than 1.5. But you can do either way. And they're 4 inches long, although that looks less than 4, but this is 4 inches long. These go up here, and then this one's going to go in the middle. And I try to make it so that it was even through, a little blue here, 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 and here. I eyeballed it. That's why I kept changing the measurements, but you'll see it on my blog. I'll have the measurements that are a little, that work and so forth. All right, so I find it easier to just take one and you glue it on there where you want it, and then the other two, you just follow. I got the wrong glue, don't I? Yep. That's the one that's almost empty. It's quicker to use one that's fuller. All right. Like so. Then I'm just going to place it right here so that it's even. Although I got to move it up just a little so it's even on these two spots. And that's okay if that's a little skinnier. I don't mind. And I missed glue right there, didn't I? Okay, down. All right. Then this one, I'm not going to glue it yet. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because it's easier if you put this in first because then you line them up. Because see, when I do this, I see where the ends are to the same size, and I just scoot it down a little. And also, since there's holes in here, you want to be a little strategic with the glue. Just put it like around it. And you're probably going to see this video because I taped them ahead of time. You're going to see it. It'll be May. I will tell you that because I've got things already set for what you're going to see next. And May is going to have a different special purchase. But I tell you, from experience, if they have any of these left, they probably will. And when you look at the choices that you can pick, you'll see them. Because it's been going like that. Okay, I see another corner. It needs a little more glue. There we go. Now, you could lift them up if you want to. I'll show you on this one. See, you can kind of lift the little petals up if you want, because I was checking to see what that looked like, but I'm not going to do it on this card because I'm putting something on top of it. But see, they're kind of lifted up. All right, because we're going to, before I do that, while the front's drying, I'm just going to put the inside. This is just a, 4x5 and a quarter piece to put your sentiment on. Or, if it's a get well soon card, passing it around the office so other people can sign. But usually, if you've got a couple, more than just a small handful of coworkers, then I would put a white piece here too, so they have lots of room. There you go, if that's what you're doing with it. All right, so now I've got this little piece, and the first thing, I got 2 stamps here. This is the Get Well Soon, and this is the flower. Now, the Get Well Soon, I'm going to be doing in the color that matches the rest of the card. I have to get used to these. I open it and I forget which side has the the ink part. I want a little scrap piece of paper here just to make sure. Yeah, that looks good. All right, making sure it's straight. Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter. I have to turn this, go any which way. And there you go. A lot of demonstrators I notice talk about how different it is to have this kind of, I think it's a felt pad versus the foam pad. I've yet to see the difference. I don't know. But there is, when I do figure that out, the difference and so forth, I'll share it with you. All right. So this little guy is going to go there. But, we need the flowers, though. Actually, I'm done with the glue because we're going to use dimensionals to put that on there. So I'll get my Memento Black here. And I'm going to put flower here and flower here. These flowers are really tiny. I will tell you that. They are very tiny. I was going through my embellishments to find something for the center. I do have something I'm using. It's a tiny bit big for it, but it's the smallest one that I think I have. But before I do that, we're going to color those in with my light. You know what? I see a little more glue needed. After it sits a while, and you know what? I'm going to put glue on the card instead, because sometimes that seems to help. There. And I know it might come up out of there a little bit, but it'll dry and then it won't be much of anything. All right, so take the flower, and we're just going to color it in a little bit. Boop, 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 really quickly. And there. Now, 2 gems I'm putting on here, 2 different ones. First, the ones that I found that are kind of little, I'm not sure if these are available. They may be on the last chance list. These are the, what are they called? Strawberry Slush and Pretty Pink Gems. Grant you that. But they have white. White works with everything. And they're kind of small. So I'm just going to stick that right in the middle. It doesn't show a color because it's white, basically, I mean, it's kind of clear. But it does have a sparkle to it. And oh, how did I do that? Let go of my finger. And that's all I'm going for is a little sparkle. So it's on there. All right, the next little gem I'm going to use are my butterflies. I'm going to put I think a small one, because I used a large one last time. I'm going to put one right over here, and then I'm going to put one up here. You know, maybe one. No, yeah, that's good enough. Two's enough. It looks funny. I need one more. Okay, little guy, you're going down here. There. Now we got butterflies. Now this, where are my dimensionals? I just have them sitting. Oh, they're right here, underneath my other stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on here. Now, rule of thumb with these, if you are hand delivering something, I think 3 or 4 are plenty. If you're mailing this to somebody, you want to put a lot more on there, because when you put mail in there, that goes through this little thingy that's got 2 bars and it squeezes through it. Yeah, I had a couple years ago, I handmade some graduation cards for my daughter's high school graduation, and I had sent them, and they were kind of on the thick side. And I remember I went to go see how much it would be to mail them, and the lady explained to me, no, it ain't gonna fit through there without that, so you gotta pay extra, just because I made them super fancy. But anyways, okay, well, here's my card. I am all done, and that was pretty quick, wasn't it? This is nice to have on hand, even if you don't have a need for a get well soon card, just to have it, aside. And then when you have somebody that has a need that you need to get it, boom, you just grab it and go. You have it. This is, just an idea. If you're like making cards, that's kind of a helpful hint. All right. Well, thank you for watching my video, and you have a nice weekend.